I think we always forget that founders are missionaries and not mercenaries, right? And I think it's the ability to think as a missionary and say that I really am buying into this problem. I see it as a problem that has to be solved, right? That to me is the single biggest trait that I look for, right? Are you doing this problem because you think there's a pot of gold at the end? Or are you taking on this problem because it's a good problem to solve, and the pot of gold is something that comes as an outcome of having solved the problem, right? Or as opposed to being the objective, right? That is a fundamental difference to me. When that happens, you're willing to make sacrifices because you know you're solving something that you're very passionate about. It also means that you will attract the right type of people, right? Because if people are coming to your company because this is where they expect to make the most money in the short term, then you'll have a bunch of mercenaries. But if people are coming and saying this is an important problem to solve, and yes, I do understand that if we do it right, we will make a lot of money, but that is an outcome, right? So that also applies to the team as well. So that is one, very important thing. The other thing I look for in founders is how charismatic they are, right? If you don't have a co-founder, to me that's a serious red flag, right? Either you think you can do everything yourself, which we know is not the case, or it means that you couldn't convince anybody else, right? And if you couldn't convince a co-founder, you're not going to be able to convince a team of employees. You're not going to be able to convince a customer to take a risk and use your product over something that is already established. So the charismatic aspect of the founder is very, very important as well, right? And of the founding team, right? So that is a very important thing. In the founding team itself, right, assuming you have multiple founders, ideally, 2 or 3, it's very important that they have very complementary skills, right? You can't have founders that are all experts and look like twins or triplets. What's very important is they must have the common goals, common vision, common mission, but completely complementary skills, right? And in the recent conversation I had with Nandan also on the Infosys founding team, that is also something that came out, right? All of them had very similar goals, objectives, ethics, values, etc. But they were completely complementary when it came to the individual capabilities and areas of expertise, right? So that's what you want in a team, right? It's not like you can have 11 batsmen in a cricket team, right? Although our RCB team tends to be like that these days, right? You really need the bowlers, you need, people who are not the stars who will chip in as well, and do their piece. Not everybody is a rock star. And it's very important. That's what a team is, right? And having a well-balanced team is critical, both in the founding team as well as in how you build out the rest of the team.